Greetings, I'm Dev the Developer. This lesson introduces forms. The form tag is the container for all the interactive input elements we will cover in the next several lessons. Before we touch any of those elements, we need to understand what the form element does. A form is a region of the page that collects user input and packages it for delivery somewhere. That somewhere is a server-side application, something running PHP, Node, Python, Rust, Go, or something similar that receives the data and does something with it. In this course, we are not writing server-side code. Our forms will be valid HTML. They will look and function correctly on the page, but we will not be submitting them to a real server. The reason we still learn forms here is that the HTML structure is a prerequisite for everything else. When you do add a backend, you will need well-built forms to connect it. Now that we know what a form is, let's look at how it knows where to send the data and how to send it. The form tag itself takes two important attributes, action and method. Action is the URL where the form data is sent when the user submits the form. This is the address of the server-side script that will process the input. If you leave it empty or omit it, the form submits to the current page URL. Method is the HTTP method used to send the data. It's either get or post. Get appends the form data to the URL as query parameters. The data is visible in the address bar and can even be bookmarked. Use get for non-sensitive searches and filters where seeing values in the URL is not a problem. Post sends the data in the body of the HTTP request, hidden from the URL. Use post for anything sensitive. Passwords, personal information, any data that should not appear in the browser history or be shared via URL. The form element is a container. Inside it, you place all the interactive input elements, text fields, checkboxes, dropdowns, buttons. We will cover each of those in the next several lessons. For now, here's a skeleton that the following lessons will fill in. All of those input types need to be inside a form to be submitted together. A button outside a form cannot submit it. Inputs outside a form are not collected when the form is submitted. Before we close out this lesson, there is one more thing to establish as a foundation for everything that comes next. Forms are where accessibility becomes especially important. A sighted user can visually match a label to his input field. A screen reader user depends on the markup to make that same connection. If the label is not correctly associated with the input, the screen reader has no way to tell the user what the label is for. We will build this correctly from the start in the next lessons. Labels associated to inputs, fields grouped appropriately, buttons clearly labeled. Getting this right from the beginning is much easier than retrofitting it later. The form tag is the container. Action says where the data goes. Method says how it gets there. Get for non-sensitive public queries and post for anything that should not live in a URL. Everything inside the form is what we cover next. This lesson was the frame. Next lesson, we start adding walls. For now, write a form tag with an action and a method, and make sure you understand what each attribute is doing. Don't just watch it, do it.